Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Let us bow our head for a moment, pray to God Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, so that our ProAksi Talk Series 28 can be precious to all of us. I will let this pray based on the teaching of Islam, and those who are not Muslim, you are pleased to pray according to each of your belief. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين حمدا شاكرين حمدا ناعمين حمدا يوافي نعمه ويكافئ مزيدا يا ربنا لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك الكريم وعظيم سلطانك اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آله محمد. Allahumma ya Allah, today in this beautiful place, we gather here to bring about an ProAksi Talk Series 20 series with the theme is integrate farming under sufficient economic concept. Make this seminar as useful science M's assembly as a medium of sharing useful ideas, knowledge and experience of scholars, researchers and students of various disciplines. May the conference we are organized today benefit to our life, broaden our knowledge, and shine our ideas, and lead us to be successful, productive persons, which in turn will boost dignity of our nation. Oh Allah, guide and bless our heart and our mind with the light of your guidance. Impart our supreme wisdom upon your activities. Help us to speak our mind clearly, help us to listen to each other, respect each other, love each other, so that we are included to the blessed person. Oh Allah, you are the one who can fulfill our dua. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina adzaban nar. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Dede. Now we will listen to the opening remarks by the Secretary of the Accounting Study Program. Please welcome Mrs. Risanti, SAMSE AKCA.
Thank you, Alisa. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure, excitement that I welcome you all to the 20 installment of our esteemed ProAksi Talk Series. Today, we gather virtually to deliver into a topic of significance, integrated farming under sufficient economic concept. I'm honored to introduce our speaker for today, Mr. Theerawee Tantipong.
Yes,
Good
thank you.
morning, Mr. Theerawee, the Managing Director of Madavi Corporation, Thailand. With his wealth of knowledge and experience in the field, Mr. Tantipong is poised to enlighten us on the benefit of integrated farming with the framework of a sufficient economy. Let us extend a warm virtual welcome to Mr. Theerawee Tantipong as we commence the 20th edition of ProAksi Talk Series edition. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to Mrs. Risanti for the warm opening remarks. And moving on to the main agenda, our guest speaker, Mr. Theerawee Tantipong, will give the material presentation, which Ms. Windy Astuti will moderate the session. Please welcome Ms. Windy.
Okay, thank you, Alisa. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the ProAksi Talk Series on integrated farming under sufficient economic concept, held by Department of Accounting, Faculty Economic and Business, Universitas Sumatera Utara. Respectable the Chair Lady of Accounting Department, Dr. Rina Boru Bukit, SAMSE AKCA, and Mrs. Risanti, SAMSE AKCA as Secretary. The Honorable Speaker for today, Mr. Theerawee Tantipong, welcome.
Thank you.
the Honorable all lecturers of the Accounting Department, and the Honorable all participants of this webinar. My name is Windy Astuti, and I'll be your moderator for today. I am very pleased to see you here and welcome all of you to this webinar. Now let me introduce our speaker for today, Mr. Theerawee Tantipong. Mr. Theerawee Tantipong is renowned as Managing Director of Madavi Company Limited and Head of Community Enterprise for New Generation Farmer in Suratani. He has received his bachelor degree at Thammasat University, Thailand, and taken his master degree at University of Wisconsin, USA. Without further ado, now allow me to welcome our today's speaker, Mr. Theerawee Tantipong, to deliver his presentation. Mr. Theerawee Tantipong, the time is yours.
Thank you very much. Very appreciated. Okay. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank you, the ProAksi Talk Series 20, and everyone and all the staff that chose me as one of the speakers for this very important programs. And I'm very excited and would like to join this program. Okay, first of all, I would like to share the screen. And just a moment. Now, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, shall we start?
But it's still your
We
screen.
can see your screen, but it's not the
It's not. Yeah, it's not the presentation.
It's a presentation?
No.
It's like the home screen of your device.
Hmm.
The desktop, you mean?
Yeah.
Now, can you see in Canva?
No, still same.
Really?
Yeah.
Just a moment. Why? Can you see?
Not yet.
Not yet.
You can send to me your presentation, sir. We'll ask Dede or Alisa to share your screen. Thank you.
Yes, just a moment.
All right, sure.
Because the file is in Canva, so is it possible to open?
I think the screen is not right. You can choose your PowerPoint. Now you share your desktop, not the PPT.
Just a moment.
All right, right. Take your time.
Yeah, just a moment. Now, can you see the photos or the same?
Nothing share.
So now, see?
Yes, sir.
No or yes?
No.
Wow. Why? I think this time it will work. Can you see now?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay.
First of all, today the topic is about integrated farming and the sufficient economy. So how many participants today in the room?
164.
Oh, a lot. Okay. And today I heard that you have a long holiday, right?
Yes.
Yes. Today is the first day of working?
What? I'm
Today is the
sorry.
first day of working?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Or we have a long holiday from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. This is the first day we work.
Oh, okay. Good. Okay. So you have refreshing your time when you relax. Okay, let's start.
Yeah.
And the table of content, today I will conduct the presentation or the speaks. The first one is the self-introduction of myself and the sufficient economy. The third is the integrated farming. I will use the Madavi farm for case study. And the last part is question and answer, including like conclusion and sharings. But if you have a question, please do not hesitate to ask in whenever you want. Okay, my name is Theerawee Tantipong, and my background about the study and work experience is in economics and the master degree in business administration. And after I graduated, I worked for the export manager for the furniture company, but nothing related to agriculture at that time. But later on, now I am a farmer. I'm a secretary of the Young Smart Farmers Surat Thani province, a part-time lecturer at Ratchapat, Surat Thani University, and of course the managing director for my company. And why I changed the field to agricultural sector, because my generation, about when I was very young, the parents and the society would like their children to be like a doctor, an engineer, and to get a very good job, a high salary. But no one wants their children to be a farmer or to work in the agricultural sector. But today, the world has changed. And I think agricultural sector is an important sector for the economy. So I decided, and I personally like it, to do the farming. Okay, I will go a little bit about the Young Smart Farmer that I participated in. In 2014, the Thai government, the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperative, under the Department of the Agricultural Extension, initiate the Young Smart Farmer Program, we call YSF, to counter the decline in the number of young people involved in farming in Thailand. As I mentioned, the new generation try to work for the company, try to work for the bank, and work in the in town or in the urban life, but no one wants to work for like a rural or in the agricultural sector. So the objective of the Young Smart Farmer Thailand is to increase the participants, use innovation in farming method. We try to use new technology and like new social media to the agricultural sector, and to retain that participants in the long run. What to get and give? What I get from the Young Smart Farmer, the connection across the countries, because I have no like connections in this field before, because I mainly graduated from the financial and economics. So when I moved to the agricultural sector, I get connection from this as organization, and we shared information about agriculture. And of course, we start a business. And what do I give to the YSF? I support the activities, join the committee, and promote Young Smart Farmer to the new farmer. Every year, we recruit all the new farmers to be a Young Smart Farmer. Do you have any kind of organization in Indonesia like this? Can anybody share?
Okay, I think no. I mean, we just
Not yet.
Yes, not yet, because
Okay.
there's no support for the government farming. But I don't know in the future, maybe.
Okay. It's a very good idea, because like last year I got the visiting of the embassy of Malaysia in Bangkok. The ambassador came here to the farm and he interested in like setting up like a community like Young Smart Farmer Malaysia too, because he foresees that this group of young people is very effective and efficient for agricultural sector. Okay. Okay, let's start with the sufficient economy. The sufficient economy is the philosophy initiated by King Bhumibol, the King Rama V, the late king. Okay, I think you may have heard about him long time ago. And what is it? Has anybody heard about sufficient economy? No? If someone would like to share, is very welcome. Okay.
Quite new
Let's go.
for us. The concept is quite new for us.
Sorry?
I think that the concept is quite new for us. It is our first time knowing about the sufficient economy concept.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you very much for your answer. Okay, let's move on. Thailand is a developing country, and we have implemented a modern development for several decades. Like about 40 years ago, our country has changed dramatically in every aspect, such as economy, politics, culture, society, and environment. And this modern development has caused change in all aspects of Thai society, including like economic growth, progress in public utility, modern community, modern communication, improvement of education. However, all of the advantages of modern development has some drawbacks. This leads to like economic dependence. It means they rely too much on other people. In terms of farmers, they rely too much on the middleman. If the middleman would like to buy at the lower price for the products, the farmer has to sell. And deterioration of the natural resources, and the dissolution of existing kinship and tradition to manage resources. The tradition, knowledge, and experience that has been accumulated from generation to generation has been destroyed by some of the new, like, modern development. And the consumerism, our consumption is not on what we need, but on what we desire on, right? We consume a lot and we use a lot of resources, and an inability to rely on ourselves sufficiently. As I mentioned earlier, that in the past, the ability to solve the problems and satisfy basic needs can be done by ourselves. But when we had economic crisis in 1997, it served as a costly lesson of unbalanced and unstable of growth, partly due to the improper economic and social development process. So that make our rural community weakness. Okay. As I mentioned, that we seriously realized that when we have the economic crisis in 1997, it's over like 20 years ago. As we all know around the world, that is Tom Yam Goong crisis. We rely heavily on the foreign capital inflow and external market. Like our production is mainly to export. But if the foreigner didn't buy our product, so what would we do with that product that we produced? That is a problem. And the external loan, the Thai baht devaluation caused the debt and the interest increase. You know, in just overnight, over the one night after the government announced to devaluate Thai baht, all company that says foreign debt that they borrow from other countries, they have a huge amount of debt increase because of the interest rates had changed, and they have to lay off the employee and laborers. Okay, this is the important part, because most of the employees and laborers are from the rural area in Thailand, and they come to work in the city. When they had been laid off, they have debt. They buy the house, they buy the cars, but if they have no salary or no income, they cannot pay back all the debt. So all sectors suffer from this situation, and we need to survive from this situation. So luckily that the king has implemented this concept, and on his speech is the economic development must be done step by step. It should begin with the strengthening of our economic foundation by assuring that majority of our population has enough to live on. Once reasonable progress has been achieved, we should embark on the next steps by pursuing more advanced level of economic development. And the second one is, being a tiger is not important. The important thing for us is to have a sufficient economy. Sufficient economy means to have enough to support ourselves. We have to take a careful step backward. Each village or district in Thailand must be relative self-sufficient. Because long time ago, Thailand would like to be one of the tiger in Asia, but I don't know if we reach that point or not. But we have a crisis, economic crisis, in 1997 first. So we have to think back and he implement this concept to our society. In the royal statement, His Majesty concerned that modern development, which emphasize only on economic expansion, might eventually lead the country to crisis. Therefore, he stressed the importance of building a good and stable foundation first before further progress could be developed. This means that instead of putting emphasis on the expansion of the industrial sector prior to the development, the stability of the basic economy should be established first. That is, ensuring that the majority of rural people have enough to subsist first. This means they should have the basic of living first before we develop to further step. This is the method of development that stresses the distribution of income to build an overall economic foundation and stability of the country before going on to the higher level of development. Although His Majesty has been promoting self-reliance or sustainable farming since 1950, it is generally accepted that the idea of sufficient economy has been brought up in 1970s during His Majesty's speeches. Sufficient economy is a philosophy based on the fundamental principles of Thai culture. It is a method of development based on moderation, prudence, and social immunity. One that use knowledge and virtue as a guideline in living. Significantly, there must be intelligence and perseverance, which will lead to real happiness in leading one's life. In this graphic, show you for better understanding of this philosophy. On the left side, there's input from the bottom, the method, the outcome, and the goal on the top. To make you more understandable, I would like to start with the method that consists of the three principles: the moderation, the reasonableness, and self-immunity. Okay. The first one, the moderation. The sufficiency at a level of not doing something too little or doing something too much at the expense of oneself or others. For example, producing and consuming at a moderate level. Or in the middle path. Sorry. This is for the moderation. Okay. The second one is reasonableness. The decision concerning the level of sufficiency must be made rationally with consideration of the factors involved and carefully anticipation of the outcomes that may be expected from such action. The third one is self-immunity, the preparation to cope with the likely impact and changes in various aspects by considering the probability of future situations and be able to deal with it. It means like be able to deal with the risks that may happen, accept it, and maybe find a better way, a better solution to protect himself in the future. The three fundamental principles depend on two conditions. The first one is the knowledge, comprising all-round knowledge in the relevant fields that the prudence in bringing this knowledge into consideration to understand the relationship among the field, as to use them to aid in the planning and ensure carefulness in the operation. We need like all-round knowledge and prudence and carefulness for this stage of the knowledge. The second, morality, comprising the awareness of honesty, patience, perseverance, and intelligence in leading one. So the goal is to have a happy life, the great economy, and good society and community and balance, and finally the sustainability. Moreover, sufficient economy can be applied to all levels, branches, and sectors of the economy. It is not only limited to agricultural or rural sectors, but also to the financial, the real estate, and international trade and investment sectors, by using similar principle of emphasizing moderation in performance, reasonableness, and creating community for both oneself and society. Okay, this is the concrete sample to agricultural sector. This new theory is the most distinct and concrete example of the application of the philosophy of sufficient economy to the agricultural sector. His Majesty King Bhumibol initiated this theory to help Thai farmers who suffer from the impact of the economic crisis, natural disasters, and other productivity natural conditions. The new theory suggests that farmers apply the essential principle of philosophy of the sufficient economy, the moderation, the reasonableness, and self-immunity to their practice of farming, as this would shield them from the risk and impacts of globalization and other uncontrollable factors in their farm. If the farmer implement this kind of concepts, they will get an integrated and sustainable agricultural system. Okay, His Majesty believed that if the farmer acts with the due consideration based on knowledge of past price fluctuation of agricultural commodity, they would see how risky it is to concentrate all one's resource in such commodity, expecting large profits. And if they adopt the principle of self-immunity, they would prepare for price change in the market by producing enough to eat as a priority, and only then think of selling in surplus. In this concept, he's trying to explain that if the farmer rely too much on the market and put all of one resource to produce in one product, if the price down, they have to sell for loss. But if they produce just the amount for the farmers just to eat for themselves or their families or neighborhood, and if they have a surplus, they can sell. In a more tangible sense, His Majesty developed a new theory as a system of integrated and sustainable agriculture, embracing his thought and effort in water resource development and conservation, soil rehabilitation and conservation, sustainable agriculture, and self-reliance community development. The aim is to optimize farmland. According to the philosophy of sufficient economy, His Majesty introduced the unprecedented approach to manage farmland. Efficient water management was also developed to ensure year-round farming. To adopt the new theory agriculture, farmers are advised to follow these 3 steps. They classify into 3 steps, into 3 phases. The first one is the farmland division for optimum benefits. The second phase is to set up the community. The third phase is the loan and credit outreach. Okay, for the farmland division, he implemented the concept of 30, 30, 30, and 10. What is that? The land is divided into 4 parts with the ratio of 30, 30, 30, and 10. The first 30 is designated for a pond to store rainwater during the rainy season, while during the dry season, it serves to supply water to grow crops and raise aquatic animals and plants. The second 30% is set aside for rice cultivation during the rainy season for the family's daily consumption throughout the year, to cut down on expense and allow the farmers to be able to self-reliance. And the last 30% is used for growing fruit and perennial trees, vegetables, field crops, and herbs for daily consumption. If there is any surplus, it will be sold. Yes. For the perennial trees, it is like a long-term saving. They grow the trees, they can cut in like 20 or 30 years, and you get like a capital. Set up the second phase is to set up the community. Farmers are encouraged to form a group or cooperatives to carry out farming and agriculture activities in the following area: the production, like a plant species, soil preparation, irrigation. Farmers must cooperate in the production of crops, starting from preparing the soils, obtaining plant species, fertilizer, water supplies, and so on for cultivation. For the marketing, the rice drying space, the silo, the rice mill, and the sale of the crops. When the rice crops are harvested, there must be preparations in many areas to gain the highest profit from them. Preparing a common drying space, silos, rice mills, as well as cooperating in selling the produce to obtain good price and to cut down on expense. The basic needs of living. At the same time, farmers must maintain a certain degree of proper living with sufficient basic requisites such as food, clothes, and like the basic goods for living. Next, the welfare, the public health alone. In each community, there should be necessary welfare and services such as health center in time of sickness, or a fund providing loans to be used to carry out activities in the community. Next is the education, scholarships. The community should be play an active role in promoting education, for example, setting up education fund for children in the community. The last one is the society and religion. The community should be the center for social and mental development, with religion as the binding factor. All the aforementioned activities must receive cooperation from all parties concerning whether the government or the private sector, as well as member of the community. To develop the quality of life, farmers should be able to contact private company or the bank to assist with the investment, so they both will get mutual benefits. Okay. They are the sample of how new theory of sufficient economy apply to agricultural sector, especially for the small farmer, in order to help improving their life. So up to now, is there any questions on sufficient economy? Is everybody okay?
Good, good.
Okay. If
We'll
you guys have any question,
your presentation.
okay.
Right,
Okay.
right. But I have a little bit small question.
Yes, of
sir.
course.
Not a question, actually, just discussion, small discussion. Real,
Okay.
I think based on your presentation right now, I think yeah, indeed, yeah, your king is very generous.
Yes.
I believe he has a lot of vision to the people in the future, and also he has a lot of strategic for that. For example, how he integrated and also sustain their farming sector. So what do you think, sir, how Thailand actually integrated? I mean, in the near view, I think in the near view, not in general, how actually integrated to the because it is also some kind of sustainability, so it will relate on the environment. So how Thailand right now using technology, especially technology in agriculture, also in farming, how they manage and maintain the environment of the farmer. So I think it is also, we can, for example, in Indonesia, we have a lot of farming area, but
Yes.
unfortunately, we cannot sustain for in the future. Sometimes I don't know. Maybe in here we have a lot of students, maybe from undergrad to postgrad to PhD student, I believe we have a few. Maybe we can learn from Thailand how to improve and enhance the using technology and maintain the sustainability of environment, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, that's a good question. From my point of view, the technology will come after we have the pain point. You know the pain point, right? So when we have the pain point, we try to like impose the technology or new thing to help us releasing all the pain point. So that will like we will implement the innovation or the technology to the business, not only in the farming sector, but in everything. Like the food delivery is one of the example. We have the pain point of going out to get the food, so we have food delivery,
right?
And of course, to the agricultural sector in Thailand now, we have a problem of the labor. We have Thai people like don't want to work as a farmer or to work in the
similar
farm.
in here.
Yeah.
Yes, similar. That's
So
right.
we try to use the technology. For example, like the watering system in the farm.
Right.
Now we use we call IoT.
Right.
And you can turn the water pump with your mobile phone, and you can divide your farm into the zones, and you use the technology to measure the humidity,
right,
the fertilizer, and you mix the fertilizer with the computerized thing, and then something like that. Yeah.
That's why I also saw some of IoT technology using balloon, some kind of balloon, and
Yes.
also in up in the sky. I
Yes.
don't know the benefit of the balloon, but I believe that's using IoT also.
I'm not sure about the balloon, but in Thailand, it's very popular now. Is the drone.
Drone, right. Drone.
Yeah, the drone. Here we have the drone to spray the fertilizer and the chemicals.
Very nice.
Yeah, because when we use human to spray, it's take a long time. Like for one day, they can do like the specific amount of area.
Right.
But if you use a drone, it can fly through like a huge amount of area. Yes, but you know the cost of the drone is very expensive now because it's new technology. So maybe next time or in the future, when everybody like use it or produce it, the cost will be going down.
Right. Agree. Hopefully it become a mass product someday.
Yes. And technology helps the farming to be more like precise and get the correct products, the right quality, the right products to our customers. That's why now we try to use technology. I will show you a sample of the technology in my farm too.
Right.
I already implement to get the good quality of products.
Right. Sure.
Okay. Thank you. Shall we move on?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So an integrated farming, I will use my farm as a case study here. What is integrated farming? Anybody knows or have heard about this before? Okay. From my point of view, integrated is mean in my farm is each activity in my farm should be able to support each other in order to get the most efficient operation. You don't have to be perfectly integrated at the beginning, but continuously implemented the concept to each activity over time. Yes. And in my farm, we have livestock, vegetables, animal feed, oil palm seedling or the nursery. And I start my business with the oil palm plantation in Krabi provinces, actually, but not here in Surat Thani. Okay, let's go in the deep detail. This is the Madavi farm or Madavi Company Limited. The reason why I put it in a company limited because when we have a lot of incomes, it's a personal incomes. We have to pay higher tax here in Thailand. But if you put all the income into the company, it will be more efficient on the tax issues. I think it's the same concept in Indonesia, right?
Yeah, quite similar.
Yeah, okay. And this photo has taken by the drone. This is the area of the Madavi farm. Okay, Madavi Company Limited has operated integrated farming since 2018. It's about 5 to 6 years ago, and aiming to be a place of learning and experiencing for those who want to understand on how to do agriculture before making any decision. So everybody is welcome here every day. Why I set this farm up as learning and experiencing before making decision? Because now in the social media, especially in Facebook or TikTok or Instagram, young generation try to post or persuade a person to do the farming, but they just give like only the pros, not the cons on doing the farm. So once the people see the pros, the advantage of doing the farm, how beauty, how nice of doing the farm, they quit their job to do agriculture. But in reality, in practical, it's not that easy as in the social media. So these places allow the people who has a job or the work in the office to come in the weekend to dig the soil, to watering the plants, to stay outside in the sunshine, maybe get wet from the rain. That is the concept. And see if they like to do the agriculture or not. But Madavi actually is registered as a company in 2009, operating in oil palm plantation in Krabi provinces, as I mentioned. We see the disadvantages and risk of doing a monocultural plantation, especially in oil palm. Then we diversify to other business, including the farming in 2018 in Surat Thani provinces. At that time, I see that the oil palm price very low, going down. I think it's affect all the Indonesian is the #1 palm oil in the world. And most of the enterprise, the big company in Indonesia, but in Thailand it's very small. And when we have, or the farmer have the problem of the low price of palm oil, we get suffer. So I think we should diversify. At this area in Madavi company used to be a a oil palm plantation, the entire area, but I changed to be of integrated farming. This is the map that I just searched from the Google map. See where the distance between us now. Here I'm in Surat Thani and you guys are in Medan, Indonesia. Take about 5 days in walking. I don't know how Google calculated from. It's about 800 kilometers, but it's not that far. And we have similar like weather and environment around this. This is the photo taken in January 2018. This area used to be an oil palm plantation, but when I changed my mind to be integrated farming, I did a lot of mistake. I cut down all the palm trees and put it down under the soil, under the ground. I mean, that's make a biggest mistake, because when I put it down, I dig the hole, the big hole. The top soil, the good nutrition on the top soil will be under the deep ground, but the soil is not nutrition from the deep ground. It's come up on top. That is the main like mistake. So it's difficult to grow vegetables and trees because on the top soil there is not enough nutrition for them. And this is taken in 5 years, like 5 years later. It's taken in October last year. We changed a lot. And this is taken by the drone in August 2023. I do the zoning for my farm. You see the 2 ponds for the water storage. It's very important as the sufficient economy concept that we have to have the water storage. But it's flexible, not have to stick to a 30% of the area for the water storage, because in this area is the area that we have like a lot of rain and the drought is very short. So this size of the pond is enough that can supply the water throughout the years for me. So you see at the back is a livestock area, and on the right side is a coconut garden. We grow coconuts for like a fragrance and young coconut juice. And on the left side is the palm oil plantation area. And see some vegetables, some chickens, farm, and everything in here. So I divided into like 25% of the area for the oil palm nurseries, 20% for the livestock, 20% for the vegetables, 20% for the fruits. We have like guava, coconuts, durian, and 10% for only the water supply, and 5% on the accommodation. Comparing to the 30, 30, 30, and 10 concept, why I do not have rice fields? Because I calculate that I eat not that much of rice each year. So I should put like I should contribute like the area to others kind of business that make a better income. So the concept of the sufficient economy is flexible. It depends on the environment, the area, and the place. Okay, as I mentioned, the water supply is only 10% versus the 30%. It is enough for me to have only 10% of the water storage to supply throughout the year. And 5% on the accommodation here, including the shops. I also have the shops and the learning center area and the place where I live. I'm not a big family, so 5% is enough for housing and accommodation. We are an integrated farming who supply quality and fresh products to our customer locally. We do have 4 business parts here, including an oil palm nursery, a pet shop, vegetables, and animal feed. Our mission to be your local and professional farm. The mission is we are here to provide optimum service to customer by respecting all their requests and using new technology as a step to become the #1 local farm. And we also focus on the value is to being flexible and responsible are the key concept here to achieve our goal, because we are a small company, so we are easy to change, to be flexible according to the customer requirement. Our products, we have 4 business parts, and the main 4 products is the palm oil, the palm nursery, the seedlings, livestock. We have goats, sheep, and chickens, and vegetables, a salad, veggie, and a seasonal vegetables, and the animal feed. Why is animal feed? After we do the livestock, and around here, it is difficult to get the food, the animal feed, because the factory of the animal feed is mainly in the center of Thailand. So the farmer around here come to see me and would like to buy some of the animal feed from us. So I decided to open a shop that I order in a big lot, and I can share and give or sales to the farmer around here who do the livestock too. That is one of the concepts that means integrated, but I didn't start at the beginning, but I just started last 2 years after I see the opportunities from this. The palm nurseries, I mainly order the seeds from Malaysia, calyx, and Sawit calyx from Samdabi, Malaysia, and Sawit Kinabalu. We have roughly about 100,000 seedlings now in this area. Livestock, we have goats. We import the breeders from South Africa, America, and Australia. We have 7 male breeders and 100 doors. We also have chickens for the eggs, 100 hens. We raise like a cage free. We didn't put them in a cage. We let them walk, and sunbathing and sanding to make a happy eggs, we call it, and we can sell into the higher price. And we have sheep. The variety is a Santa Ines. It's for the meats also. Vegetables, a salad. We have a soy grown with GAP standard, and seasonal tomato, spring onions, depend on what the customer needs. The animal feed, we have instant feed and feed ingredients. An instant feed is for it helps the farmers to get to feed the animal easily, but the ingredients they have to mix for spatial formula. TMR stands for the total mix ratio. This means you mix the proteins and the grass or the hay together, so the animal can get a perfect nutrition in one meal. Our market, all of the products are for local market here. Even some products are exported. The goats are exported to Malaysia, but we still sell to the middleman. I'm not directly export to Malaysia because the market for the goat, the market of the goat in Thailand is not that big, and the Malaysia and I think Indonesia is a big market too. And all vegetables are sold to local customer for the freshness to final customer and supermarket distributed by the Young Smart Farmer Network. And here is roughly 11 revenues. Okay, mainly from the palm nurseries, and the livestock, and the veggie. This is the technology. It's come from the pain point. That is, in Surat Thani, we have 6 or 7 months of raining, and the veg cannot be grown in good condition for the raining because the raindrops will destroy the leaves and there's no sunlight to grow. So I set up a small room with the lights and air condition to control the temperature, the humidity, the lights, and the disease. So it can supply good quality of the veggie. But it must be the high price or high value of vegetable. For example, the kale, that it can sell up to 400 baht per kilo. That would be good for growing in this environment. And the barcode for the seedling, I put each seedlings with the barcode for traceability and to avoid the copy products, because the seedling now in Thailand is high demand. So a lot of farmers would like to do the palm oil plantation, and the supply of the seeds is not enough. So there is some seeds that it's not qualified sell a lot in the market. So I do the barcode to differentiate the real one and the fake one. And I do apply the solar system to supply the electricity to the veggie air conditioned room, the watering system on the palm nursery, and I can save up to 30% energy every month. Okay. Regarding the concept of the set up with the community, once we have already dressed ourselves up and satisfy our basic needs by implementing the very first stage of the sufficient economy concept, we have moved forward to the community level as a second phase. There are several activities that we have led and participate. The leading a learning center for agricultural products development and efficient productivity. Here, I set up a learning center for everyone to come and learn. And I'm a secretary of Young Smart Farmers Surat Thani Group. We have a quarterly activities like visiting the farmer in Surat Thani to see the progress of how they improve the improvement, the development of each farmer groups. And last month we just went to the northern part of Thailand in Chiang Mai provinces to see the connections and to start a new business, because in the southern part of Thailand, it's difficult to grow vegetables due to the weather, as I mentioned, but in the northern part, they can grow a lot of vegetables with like a better price. So we match the buying that vegetables and sell here in the southern part. Because in the southern part, the economy is very big because we have like a lot of islands and beaches. So the tourists and the visitors come a lot and they consume a lot of foods and vegetables. So in the southern itself, it cannot supply enough the vegetables. So importing good quality from a young smart farmer group from the northern is a good choice for a young smart farmer Thani to start this business. An internship program for the university students. Here we accept about 3 to 4 students each semesters to work in a farm and to study and to do some research on the agriculture. We deal with the Rajapat Surat Thani, the Faculty of Management, Agricultural Business for the internship program. And I am the head of the collaborative farming on hollow bee in Don Sak district. I don't know if I use the correct word for the hollow bees, but it's like a small bees, a smaller than the bees, but Asian honeybees or Indian honeybee, I think. Participating like an annual provincial agricultural fair, we join and we like set up the booth to introduce our product, introduce ourselves, and the few days every year. In Thailand, we have few days set by the government. It's meant to start a new crops. We join the activities in other community in provinces and join over region across Thailand for connections. Okay. A local traditional fair in the nearby villages around here. Finally, the credit outreach, according to the third phase. Yeah. Do we have to get the loan or the credit outreach? No, we have no loan at the moment. We try to invest or expand on what we have on hand now. But if the business is booming or we have new opportunity, sure, the loan is the option for us for future grow up. But everything must be based on a sufficient economy concept. From now on, I will show you some photos of the activities that happened here during the last 5 years. This is the primary student nearby the farm. They come to learn how to grow vegetables with the teachers around here. And this is the products from our farm. We set up, we joined the field day, the community that I just mentioned, the fair. Sometimes we sell some products to the local people. Here are some the soil-grown vegetables, a salad, the green course. Last year in November or October, I think, we had a good chance that the embassy of Malaysia in Bangkok, the ambassador and his teams visit us. As I mentioned at the very beginning, that he very interested in young smart farmer and how Thailand can set up a young and small farmers as a strong community. I show him around and I show them around about what we have done or what are we doing in the farm, zone by zone. And other government officers come to join us from the Department of the Agricultural Extension, the policemen, because the embassy visit us, so we have to take care of the security as well. Here are the photos of the visitors. And last month, I have a chance to be a lecturer for the Rajapat University to set up like the planting stuff for the vegetables, in-house and outside, with like 70 or 80 students with Dr. Anuman. And here with the Sheriff of Donsak District, Surat Thani, that we set up a collaborative farming for the hello bees at my farm. And I also joined like PPOX in Malaysia for the palm. And in August last year, I was selected as one of the farmers all over Thailand to visit the NT Farmer Australia. NT is the Northern Territory in Australia. They like invited like 10 Thai farmers with the Thai officers to visit and see how do they run the agriculture in Australia. And I also visit the plant factory of my friend in Bangkok. He invests a huge money and the largest plant factory in Thailand. He would like to supply this called a medical grade vegetables for the patient or for those who concerned in health can buy these products from him. He can control everything, so the product is very good quality, and then you can harvest right on time, and the nutritions and everything is the taste of the vegetables is perfect. And here are the nurseries here. This is dimension, the barcode for the seedlings, for traceabilities, and that's it. That's all for my presentation today. Anybody has a question or would like to contact me, this is the channels you can contact, or you can visit our website. madavipalm.com is only about the palm oil plantation. Oh no, it's only the seedlings. And I got the Line official account at Madavi Farm, or you can email me madavipalm@gmail.com, or you can call or add the WhatsApp, and it's the location. So thank you very much. I hope you get the knowledge and experience on what is the sufficient economy is, and see my farm can be like an inspiration for you, or if you need some deep or further information or knowledge, please do not hesitate to contact me through the various channels that I just showed last slides. Okay, anybody has a question or discussion or sharing anything? Please do so.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Theerawee Tantipong, for giving us such informative and interesting presentation. Now it's time to open the floor for question and discussion. Do not hesitate to ask question. Please raise your hand, or you can drop your question in chat box. Okay, as we're waiting, I wanna asking something. So, what is the main goals of this integrated farming? Is it only for educational purpose only, or is it for agrotourism, or you can sell the item? So what is the main goals of this integrated farming?
Yes, thank you for your question. The main goal is to diversify the income, not rely only on the palm oil plantation. So diversifies when doing like many things in one area. So it's called integrated. And the main goal of doing integrated farming is to get enough income to survive or to living, to earn for a living. This is the main goal for the integrated farming. And as I mentioned, that I didn't put the perfectly integrated at the very beginning. So when I implement the integrated concept, the new thing will come. Right now, we have like a get contact from the university, from the school, or even from the international school in Surat Thani, that they would like their student to visit us. And some people or tourists just drop by at our farm and see what we are doing, because this road in front of the farm is going to Koh Samui Island, going to the ferry to Samui Island, the beautiful island of Thailand. So a lot of tourists pass by in front of the farm. So in the future, maybe I will set this farm for the tourists, for eco tourists, something like that. But it has to be like, we have to be strong enough, and we have to prepare. And I mean, we have like, there are many factors that have to do the tourism. So we are not ready to set up the tourism business at the moment. So, but in the future, maybe we can do it. Okay.
Okay. So, is there any question from the participant? Please don't hesitate.
Yes, of course.
It's interesting me, sir, because we
Yes.
have because we have in accounting department in Universitas Sumatera Utara, we have plantation accounting, or accounting for plantation. So I believe in the future, maybe for the next month, hopefully we can collaborate.
Yes.
Because
Sure.
Because yes, now we have a national collaboration with the national plantation company, or so hopefully we can also try, because it's amazing how to make integrated between agriculture business and also tourism and also
Mhm.
health, because in Indonesia, as you mentioned before, we
Yes.
we are rich in the herb, and also we are rich in plantation for herb, but
Mhm.
unfortunately we don't have enough time and coordination, a good
Mhm.
coordination maybe, how
Mhm.
to manage and how to promote and also how to what we call elaborate to the customer, national and international. So that's why I think in this good very opportunity session, hopefully in the future we can learn directly. We can bring our student, also lecturer from here to see directly
Yes.
how you manage this amazing industry. So thank
Yes.
you so much.
Ac-
Hopefully,
According to your mention about the herbs, Surat Thani is one of the we call
yes.
GI, geographic identity. We produce curcumin, a
Right.
curcumin. The best curcumin in Thailand is from Surat Thani.
Wow.
Yeah, we got the GI from the government, the geographic identity products, and we sell a lot, and we also export because herbs is the ingredients for the medicine, a cosmetic, and the food. So if you can promote your herbs through these three products, three categories, the medicine, the food, and the cosmetics, it will be great. Can you hear
Right.
me? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yes,
So I think also right now, I saw some herb last time when we go to Suratani, but
yes.
I unfortunately we don't have enough time to explore to explore more in depth.
Next time
Unfortunately,
you should spend a week.
no. According to Dr. Anuman, you have spent 1 month in here in
Oh,
Suratani. Wow, wow, that's a huge. I don't have permission from our university.
yeah, yeah,
But interesting.
yeah. Of course, it would be like better if you come to see and to touch the real thing and feel the real things of like agriculture.
Right.
And of
Right.
course, if you can bring some students or the people who interested in, it will be great.
Yes, absolutely. Hopefully they agree, because right now we also have a plan for the future to encourage the young entrepreneur and also young student to involve in the plantation on the farming, become a farmer, because you know most of the farmery in here mostly from local people from remote area, because Indonesia is very huge area,
Mm-hmm.
mostly from local people, so sometimes the technology cannot reach them.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully from now on we can uh, encourage the student, because hopefully our accounting student, beloved accounting student, and also lecturer can take a part, participate, and also it takes a benefit from this some kind of industry.
Okay. So I have a question from the chat box
Right.
from Danny. So my question is, how do people in Thailand and also motivated the young generation to?
Question is,
That's a good question.
question is How do people in Thailand and also Mr. Theerawee motivate the younger generation to join the world of agriculture?
Okay, that's a very good question. It's very tough and very difficult.
Right.
The first that the government implement in 2014, they don't even know that this program will be success or not. But up to now, we have like over 10,000 like young smart farmer in this program. But I think about only like 1,000 there's an active farmer in this group. Just only 10% that is still active in the group. So the point is, how can I be motivated? I personally like agriculture, but when I was young, I see that the income from agriculture is not that high. But when I grow up and I study and I have experience in business, I see that agriculture is one of the main sector in Thailand, in Thai economy. So I was encouraged by income actually from the agricultural sector. And for others, we have to show or to show them or let them see that the income from agricultural sector that he will give if he do the correct farming, do the right farming, they do with the knowledge and everything, they can earn a lot of money from that. If they see that they can earn a lot of money and they have more free time comparing to work for a company in Bangkok or in a big city, they has no money left, they has no saving because they have to spend on housing, transportation, and they have to work like 8 or 10 hours a day and the weekend. But if you work for the agriculture, it's not like you get up really late or lazy to do the work. But if you manage it correctly, you have time like to search for the information. You can have time for the connections. If you grow something that you don't know how to grow it, but you have the market, you can ask from your team or your groups who has an expert on that kind of vegetables. So back to the question. Yeah, I think the government is play an important role for young smart farmer here in Thailand. They set up this program all over the province, 77 provinces in Thailand. We have like every young smart farmer in each province. And they continuously every year recruit a new young farmer to join the program. And today, we reach 10 years of the program. The program is the 10th anniversary. So in the country, the country levels, the government set up like a meeting and the party for us to join, to keep these participants to be like in a long-term relations. But even the government does this, only 10% of the participant is still active. Okay.
Okay, is there any question from the participant? So I want to ask question again, yeah?
Yes, sure, of course.
Is there any obstacles when you develop this integrated farming? It's like you develop your Madavi farming. Is there any obstacles on it?
Yes, there's a lot obstacles on at the starting. The first one is the labor, because I myself cannot like work as a labor every day, so I have to recruit some laborers to help. But as I mentioned, I want to do the vegetables growing, but the skill of the people here in the southern is not that good in growing vegetables comparing to the other regions in Thailand. So I have to like import the labor from other regions to work for me at the beginning. And the second thing is the market for vegetable is not, because I target my products to be for a high quality products with an organic or the non-chemical or something like that, for the healthy people, the healthy food, the clean food. So when we started, it's very new for us and no one knows Madavi. So we have to like, I take like 5 years to build the brand and the concept through the social media, through Facebook, and I post it every day. I like show them on how to do the agriculture, to how to grow the vegetables, something every day. I mean, to build a brand. And right now, Madavi is quite like, I don't want to say it's popular but some of the people or the target people that I want to know, that I want them to be my customer, they know what are we doing and what products are we producing for them. Another obstacle is the knowledge in agriculture, because I have no background in agriculture at all. But Young Smart Farm helps me a lot. I do the livestock, the goats. I have no idea how to raise it, but some of the members has a big farm of the goats, so I visit them and stay with them for like every week to learn, to get the idea how to raise them, how to feed them, how to take care of them if they get sick or something like that. And the reason that why I raise the goats, because I would like to get the manure of it as a fertilizer for my vegetables, because as I mentioned in the presentation, that I put the palm tree down deep, and the soil from the deep down come on top of the soil is not that nutrition enough. So I have to revitalize the soil by using the manure from livestock to make the soil like nutritional. And what else? The income at the beginning, because when you grow like coconuts or fruits, something, the income will not come from like next month, and you have to wait until they got the fruits and to sell it. So, but the labor cost, the electricity, everything, you have to pay the fertilizer and the water system and everything, you have to pay for it. So as I mentioned, the main business for me is palm oil plantation. So I get those source of income to support this farm first. But it took about 2 years. Later on, this farm can like survive by itself. I mean, they have enough income to pay the cost, and they still have profits from this farm. Yes, that's the main obstacles at the beginning.
Okay. And now
Yes.
we have a question from Yopelia Citra Simbolon. Hello, Mr. Let me introduce myself. My name is Yopelia, and I have a question for Mr. Thank you in advance for the material that you have given us. I'd like to ask, before Mr. get to this greatest point, what is Mr. motivation for yourself, Mr. to remain enthusiastic in pursuing for your dreams? Mr. Thank you.
Can you repeat the question again, please? Sorry about that.
What is Mr. motivation for yourself? Your self motivation to remain enthusiastic in pursuing your dreams. I mean, your dreams in agriculture sector. I mean, maybe your motivation for yourself to remain.
Because I really love in growing trees and growing vegetables and cooking. I also love doing like growing and cooking, growing vegetables and cooking. And in my dreams, I would like to like open a restaurant in the farm by using all the ingredients from the farm to make a food, a menu, or the drinks and beverage, a coffee in the farm, like a restaurant for like a healthy people in the farm. And it's because I like it, and I want to do it when I was very young, but the situation at that time didn't allow me to do it. But when I have like enough money, or my business is all set, everything is okay, and I will like, contribute to what I would like to do, something like that. Do I answer your question? I'm not quite sure about that.
I think it's answered. I
Yes.
think you just do what you like you do your hobby, right? Hobbies.
Yes. That's why. Yeah, correctly. Yeah, because like a hobbies that I do, so I can do it every day without like any boring or any like anything like I don't want to do it, but I do it. I love to do it. I would like to get up in the morning and see how the plants grow, how the animals like live, everything like that. How many eggs did I get today, and something like that. But in order to do this, you have to like have enough or self-sufficient first. Like I have enough income for my family, and I have enough everything, because I quite work very hard when I was very young. So I try to like to be retired as soon as possible as I want. So right now it's not, I cannot call it retire, but it's like more tired than before, but I have like time to do what I want to do, rather than in the past. I mean,
so does your government provide support, like a financial support, when the first time you built the Madavi farming?
no, not at all. The government didn't support the financial, but I do get the loan at the beginning. But I get the loan from the bank. I have to pay the interest, and the interest rate at that time is quite high. But I see that if I have the source of income to support this, so I now can pay back all the debt. Right now, at the moment I don't have any loan or credits from the bank. But as I mentioned, but in the future, if I have a project or the opportunities to get to grow up, I have to ask for the loan. But now we try to use what we have, to invest in what we have on hand now.
Okay. Okay. Is there any question from the participant?
Yes, I saw one. Yeah. It's decreasing to be a farmer. What is the main issue?
What is the main issue regarding this since the IoT right now supporting the farmer?
Okay. Yes, because I would like to separate the question that it's about 20 years ago, the decreasing rate of the people who come into the farm to be a farmer is very high. But now, when we implement the IoT or the knowledge or even the young smart farmer, the people sees that they can earn income and earn a happy life. They have more time in doing the integrated farming. So a lot of people, the trend is moving from working in the office to be working in the farm. I think in like 5 years after the COVID, during the COVID, we have the problems a lot, and all over the world we have the problems. But in the agricultural sector, it's not that much affected by the COVID. Because during the COVID, my income is still the same. I didn't get affected much from the COVID because people have to eat the same, have to use the same, but they have to stay at home. So vegetables or any other things related to agriculture, people in Thailand tend to like doing everything at home. They grow vegetable at home. They buy the seeds. They buy the soil. They buy the pot, the clay pot, everything. So the business in the agriculture is very booming during the COVID pandemic. So right now, from after the COVID stop, people move a lot to the agricultural sector, as I can see. Yeah. But in the past, it's about up 20 years ago, yes, of course, because I myself didn't want to be in the agriculture because I didn't see a lot of income. But if you look, if you study in deep details, but it's not. Even from now on, my main income is from still agricultural business. Okay.
Okay. Is there any question? Okay. Okay, I think it's enough. And it's the end of this session. Thank you so much for Mr. Theerawee. We have heard from amazing speaker today who have given us valuable knowledge and insight on integrated farming under sufficient economic concept. And for the conclusion, I will conclude. Integrated farming is a holistic approach to agriculture where different agricultural activities are combined and managed synergistically on the same farm. The goal of integrated farming is optimized resource utilization, increase productivity, and enhance sustainability by creating beneficial interaction between different components of the farm ecosystem to get sufficient economy, or in Indonesia we call swasembada pangan. Okay, thank you so much for Mr. Theerawee, and thank you all participants for your participation and engagement in today's webinar. Finally, we have come to the end of today's webinar. I hope you enjoyed this webinar and gain some valuable knowledge and inspiration from our speaker. We look forward to seeing you at our next event. I'm Windy Astuti. Have a great day, and I'll hand back to our MC, Alisa. Thank you.
Thank you to Ms. Windy and Mr. Theerawee for the insightful session for this webinar.
Thank you.
And on behalf of the Accounting Study Program, we would like to give a certificate of appreciation to our guest speaker. Once again, thank you to Mr. Theerawee for accepting our invitation as guest speaker and sharing about the integrated farming under sufficient economy concept.
Thank you, Mr. Theerawee.
Okay.
And
Thank you very much. And last but not least, I wish everyone, all participants and everybody to be happy, like the concept of the sufficient economy, and would like everyone to use this concept in your daily life. It's easy and it's not so complicated, but you'll be happy. You can apply to all, like to everything in your life by using this concept. I wish everyone to be happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.